Nasa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasahing papawid 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Okay, happy Thursday ho mga kaibigan. Welcome po sa ating program. Ito po ang Immigration Corner on a Thursday. Dagdag kaalaman na naman. Magandang gabi ho. Ako po si SONNY LARAGAN para dun sa ating mga kababayan na nanonood dito sa apat na sulok ng United Kingdom. Good evening. Live ho tayo mula ho sa London. At syempre, meron tayong mga kababayan din sa iba't ibang bahagi ho ng Europa. No? Kaya almost pareho ng time zone. No? Well, 1 or 2 hours or 3 hours ang diferensya. Kaya good evening pa rin ho no, sa ating mga kababayan sa buong Europa. Ayan. At kung saan mang bahagi ho kayo ng mundo, naroon, maraming salamat ho. No? Thank you very much. Tuloy kayo, kabayan. We want to thank nga pala, nagpapasalamat ho tayo. Nagulat ho tayo last Tuesday ho, nung show ni Attorney DANNA Quinto, yung ating Filipino TV Europe, nagkaroon ho ng mga stars. No? Ano yan parang sa Facebook ho, no? Na may nagpapadala ng stars. Ito, tignan natin kung 2 stars may nagpadala. Ayan, ito si Oliver Fernandez. Kaya sabi ko, tuloy kayo kabayan, maski nasa ang bahagi ho kayo ng mundo naroon. Welcome po dito sa ating himpilan dito po sa United Kingdom. Si Oliver Fernandez, nagpadala ho ng 500 stars sa Facebook yata. No? Pakita mo ulit yan, direct. Pakita mo. Ayan, no? He sent 500 stars. Maraming salamat, no? Ayan. At yan, nasa ano ho yan? Nasa Amerika yan. Doon sa mga nanonood ngayon sa atin, eto hong si Oliver from the UK dati, he's a nurse, but they migrated or moved to the US. Andun ho sila ngayon. Pero nasa Washington State ho siya. Kaya tuloy kayo kabayan. And then meron pinadalang ilang stars naman tong si Rafa direct. Ayan, si Rafa sent yung Filipino TV Europe ng 150 stars. So all in all, meron tayong 650 stars. Maraming salamat ho. Thank you very much for acknowledging the little effort that we're doing here dito po sa Filipino TV Europe, dito po sa sa Immigration Corner. Ayan. Direct, nadidinig yung monitor ng teklado mo, ng keyboards. Okay, so, ayan. Mga kaibigan, like I said, Thursday, dagdag kaalaman. Kasama na naman natin yung heart and soul, syempre, ng programa natin dahil siya ho ang eksperto sa immigration. Week in, week out, Thursday ho yan. It's a date every 7:30 p.m. dito po sa United Kingdom, UK time yan. Depende ho kung nasa saan ho kayong nanonood, no? Dito po sa ating programa. Ang sinasabi ko po ay yung managing partner po ng Douglas Simon Solicitors. At yung kanilang website, pwede ninyong silipin. Merong mga information about immigration na makakalinaw, would somehow enlighten you pag meron kayong mga questions. But of course, siyempre, mas mabuti rin kung siya na mismo din ang tatanungin nyo. No? At kung kailangan nyo ng tulong at you need the services of an expert or an immigration lawyer, siyempre, siya ho ang the best. Mga kaibigan, ang pinakamamahal natin, no? Ang heart and soul, no? Sinasabi natin. Dito sa ating programa. Walang iba kundi si Attorney Lira Simon Kabatbat. Happy Thursday, Attorney. Good evening.
Hi, Sonny. Happy Thursday po sa inyong lahat. Good to be back, no? I missed you last week. Kasalanan ko nga, no? Nagkasakit ako, no? Actually, most of last week may sakit ako. So I missed last week. How are you, Sonny? Everything okay?
Uh,
Um,
well, aside from taking care of a baby puppy, okay naman so
it's
far. It
Loki.
was kind of cool last week. Totoo yan. I was wearing double, no?
Yeah.
So, trangkaso, a bit of, sipon, lagnat, or just
Yeah,
feeling,
actually, yeah, no, stomach. Usually, ako,
stomach.
kahit ano,
Wow.
yeah, really unusual sa akin.
Mm.
Kung ano ang
Mm.
pagkain, and frankly,
Mm.
it's anything I can eat, no? Kahit luma, no? Unless
Mm.
it's already walking, I eat it. So it's
Oh.
I never ever get stomach issues. Hardly ever, no? Pero last week,
Okay.
it started off over the weekend. Mas ang konti yung tiyan ko. And I thought, well, okay, no, it'll be fine. And then it carried on. I
Wow.
actually thought by
Something you ate?
Thursday, okay na ako.
Something you ate?
I know, I think,
Your
no, I think
suspicion?
it's viral. No, I
Wow,
don't think so. I think
wow,
it's viral.
wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, so which in
Oh,
itself is unusual nga. So yeah, so I was really surprised. It laid me out actually the whole week. So ako ang problema sa akin usually headaches, no? Mga migraines,
mm-hmm.
ko kung nakukuha na
Uh-huh.
if you get migraines, no? That's but stomach issues never ever. So I was so surprised. Ayun nga, kala ko it went on. It started at the weekend. Tapos I thought, oh, Thursday okay. But I was still no, it actually it got better Wednesday. Tapos Thursday morning, I thought, oh,
Wow.
maybe. Then lumala uli. So anyway, so I missed all of you, no. So I'm sorry.
Wow.
And
Well, we missed you. We missed you too, no?
yeah, how are you though? How's Snooki?
Snooki is okay. Hindi ko na muna, she's now with Sol. Because, ang tawag dito, makulit, very, very playful, and she wants me to play with her all the time. Even at 2 o'clock in the morning, attorney, minsan nagkakagat. They kind of bitey. I don't know if you've ever had a dog, no? Na ganito kaliit, no? She's really a toy dog. Toy dog talaga. A toy dog breed, no? Itong Pomeranian. I don't think she's gonna grow bigger than a little siguro. Siguro she might add probably just 1 more kilogram. And that's it. Ayan, yan siya, baby pa siya dyan. Baby pa yan. But if you see her now, which is she celebrated her 4th month last January 17. So, bale 4.5 months na siya. I'm very, very cute. Kumakapal na yung buhok niya. And hopefully by 1 year, ano tawag dito, maganda na yan pagka magkita tayo, mag-coffee tayo, or even before that, para makita mo naman siya. Dahil, yan ang gaganda sa Pomeranian. They have this fluffy coat, no? Yung kanilang hair. At and I love her. Maganda naman. Tapos yung sa Pomeranian kasi pati sa ilalim, pati sa gilid dito, may parang lion ang hair nila. And then sa dibdib nila may hair din yan. Yeah, very fluffy. Yeah. Pero my question is, because we were talking mga baka hindi mo alam kung ano nanggaling, it's a virus. Kasi ngayon naging conscious na ako sa bacteria, sa virus. When I had this when I suspected, I thought it was ano ba yung sa mga lalaki, yung cancer ng lalaki, yung sa urologist, prostate, yeah. So I suspected that because I was having difficulty in peeing. Tapos baka kako. You remember that time na may sakit ako? That was the time. And it was a virus pala. Virus pala yung lumano sa akin. I forgot the name. Anyway, kaya ako naman naalala, I just would like to ask you, attorney, ikaw ba, when I don't know, even now, or when Watson was a puppy, have you ever, kasi we're talking about bacteria or virus or whatever, ikaw ba nadidilaan ka sa mouth, ibig sabihin, because he will run to me, kiss me in the morning, tapos minsan, iniiwas ko gano'n, biglang mahalik yung didilaan yung lips ko, yung mouth ko. Ikaw ba, have you ever experienced that with Watson when now or when he was young?
Yeah,
Hindi
no,
mo
I
natakot na
yeah. Tama, no, he tried. I mean, he was even now, no, he can. At saka, ang laki ng mukha Yeah, no. So when he decides he's going to
Oh,
lick your face, no, you're looking at a
oh,
big tongue, going across
big
your
tongue,
face.
oh.
Um, yeah. Well, no, you just have to be careful nga din. Dahil hindi natin alam kung saan sila galing, So
Oo nga,
as
oo.
as
They
soon
love
as yeah,
sniffing.
as soon
Laki ng
yeah,
ilong, oh.
you don't know, no? Yeah.
Anong weight niya?
So especially, ano?
Anong weight niya? Weight ni Watson.
Oh,
Because ours is
he's
just
now
less
actually
than till. Hmm.
he's now down to 44 kilos, no? Dati, he was actually
Wow.
55 kilos, so he's lost quite a lot of weight. He needed to.
Wow.
Tumaba siya, no? Pero
Wow.
I mean, he's a big dog. He's I think tawag sa kanya English Labs, no? And they're particularly bulky. So,
English
so
Labradors.
he's yeah, so it's a English Labrador. So yun ang ano klase niya.
Ah.
So I think you have American Labradors tapos English Labradors. The English ones are bigger. They're bulkier. Tapos mas malaki yung malaking katawan nila and they just love food. But so siya, no, absolutely he would try, to lick your face to show, I suppose, being pleased. It's their way of showing love and getting attention, di ba?
Totoo yan. Oo,
But yeah, no,
oo,
kailangan mong
licking you.
mag-ingat.
Oo.
Kailangan mong mag-ingat, Sonny. Dahil hindi
Ah,
natin
okay.
alam
Kasi
kung saan sila
pagkatas,
galing, ano?
would have to rush to the toilet. No? Magmumubog agad ako dahil nasisyak ako dahil didilaan pati tang ko tinatamaan eh. So sabi ko kasi
Mm-mm.
bakulit eh, masyadong maliit, ang liit lang ito, yung face niya, yung ulo niya, pwede mong mas malaki pa tong fist ko eh. Ang liit ng ulo niya, ang liit ng nose niya.
Oh,
Oo, and she's
oh,
only about 1.9 kilograms. And the most weight that
oh,
she will have is about 3 kilograms. So you could just imagine times 12 or 15 ni Watson, 'di ba? Oh,
yeah,
ganun ka
yeah.
ano.
Yeah, so
At saka
yung ulo niya probably
food.
weighs more than the whole of Snooki, no? Yung ulo ni Watson
Oh,
probably
yes,
weighs much
exactly,
more than
exactly.
Snooki.
And the nose, attorney, itong finger ko na yan, ganyan lang, mas maliit pa rito ang nose ni Snooki. Yung head niya,
Oh,
ang
so cute.
liit talaga. If you look at the picture, you might think she's big. But if you see the dog in person, you would see ang liit. Talaga, I couldn't really emphasize ang liit ng aso na to. But I'm glad naman. Makulit lang.
No,
She keeps, ang problema sa maliit na aso, they're too sharp ang kanilang mga teeth. Yung kanilang mga fangs
yeah.
nila, matalim. Di ka mukha siguro nila Watson, medyo malaki-laki. So when they go do
Mm-mm,
some biting,
tama.
di ba parang soft bite? Does Watson do a soft bite
Mm-mm.
sa'yo? Nagso-soft bite ba sa inyo?
Yes, yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, yeah. So he's yeah. He never he never bites in it, or has a go, aggressively,
Mm.
he's not that kind of dog nga. But no, tama ka. They do have a parang mang yeah, anong tawag sa atin? Yung nagigigil, no? Nagigigil.
Mm.
Kind of
Mm.
biting, just to get your attention, I suppose. My tip, and certainly we don't do this anymore. That he's big enough now. We used to always have
Mhm.
wet wipes everywhere, no. Um, so
Bakit?
because there will be times, so na yeah, for say you're lying down, no, then she comes to the bed, decides to lick your face. Kung meron kang wet wipe, then you don't have to get up. You just have to wipe your face.
All right.
Otherwise,
Oh,
kung
okay,
tulog
okay.
ka, no, because sometimes you just can't be bothered to get up, no, and you just wipe it with a tissue.
Oo.
But it's better to be safe, nga, no. Have something disinfectant.
Wow, laki niya, no? He's so heavy. 45 kilograms, 40 something plus, no? I could just imagine,
Yeah.
at the moment, meron lang kaming malit na makulit. Pero yung weight ng aso na kamukha ni Watson, parang hindi ko ma-imagine. Siguro parang pag dumagan sa yan, ang bigat, no? It's so difficult getting Watson off your body,
Mm.
no? Sa bigat, no?
Yeah.
Ay, may toys. May toys siya. Ano yan?
Yeah.
Toys?
It's he has quite a lot of toys, but ang laki nga niya. He can So then, makikita mo yan,
Oh,
he barely fits in. And this is it's a
oh,
child's pool, no? So it gives you an idea. And that's how big he is. So he doesn't fit into a child's pool. Um,
okay,
dahil
okay.
he's too big.
Ako katabi ko si ano kagabi, every night katabi ko si Snooky. So what I do before
Oh,
bedtime, I would have these wipes. So I'll wipe the feet niya, wipe ko yung feet niya,
oh,
tapos wipe ko yung fur niya, ganun lang, yung ano, wipes. And then tabi na kami matulog. And then
oh,
in the middle of the night, she would start some biting. She wants to play. Siguro gising na, no? And then mamaya umaga. But
oh.
so far, so good na ako ngayon. Unlike the first few days na talaga I was struggling and I wanted to give up, no? Kasi nga,
Mm-mm.
parang may allergy ako. Well, teka muna. Napunta tayo sa ano. Anong topic natin for tonight, attorney? What do we have in store for our
Oh,
viewers tonight?
yeah.
Oh,
I tell you,
uy.
ito, insurmountable obstacles, but I'm so excited actually to deal with it. Dahil meron ko, you hardly ever win a case on insurmountable obstacles, no, on appeal. And today, I got the decision on one of my cases nga, fairly recent case. Nanalo nga kami. So
Okay.
this is my tip. So yung insurmountable obstacles, this is my tip. How do you prepare a case where you're trying to argue insurmountable obstacles and hopefully win it? No? So it's a quite big topic. So this is practical tips nga, because I can say for certain, if you really if you have if the facts allow it nga and you prepare your case right, you can win on this very difficult topic, which is this insurmountable obstacles.
So surmountable. There would be they would seem insurmountable, but you will have some tips or make techniques or strategies to make it surmountable. Ano ba?
Yeah. So things to watch out for.
Preparation.
How do you prepare? Nga, no? And
Okay.
also whether or
Mhm.
not to even launch an appeal based on that. It could be na mas maganda nga tingnan mo different principles, no? But because insurmountable obstacles is probably one of the hardest principles in law, no? Immigration, it's actually under the immigration rules to win in nowadays. Or that
Oh,
bago na mga
congratulations.
case law, it's yeah. So it's I'm very pleased, and more importantly, my
Congratulations. Well, I'm
clients
pleased to
were
hear it
very
as well.
pleased.
Because the
Yeah,
word
so it was
insurmountable,
well
ibig sabihin,
deserved.
very good. Okay. All right. So we're magbabumper. We will have to acknowledge our first yung mga viewers natin, no? Siyempre, no?
Yes.
I want to thank nga pala si Ma'am Cora nga pala, Ma'am Cora Carsola. By the way, thank you very much for hosting si Pau, no? They had a get together si Lady Emmeline, si Ma'am Cora Carsola. So they had this sumptuous lunch, no? That they prepared for Paula. So thank you very much, Ma'am Cora. Ha? Mabuhay, mabuhay. We love you. And also Lady Emmeline. Ayan, nasa Pilipinas sila
Wow.
eh.
Yes.
Yes, so
They're all the so
because of the
nasa
result,
Pilipinas sila ngayon?
yes, yes,
Wow.
yes. Nasa Pilipinas sila ngayon. I don't know if you know Ronald Sipat. Ronald Sipat is
Ronald
one
Sipat.
of the Filipino leaders dito, Philcom leaders. He used to head the Cavite News UK. Ngayon, nasa NFID siya. He is also like the Knights of Rizal, parang Grand or Supreme or something. No? Mataas ang position niya. Covering Europe yata. Okay. Oh, teka muna. Ito na.
Mm-mm.
Bumper natin ha. Kung sino mga bumati ha. Sige, go, go, go. Direct.
Mm. Okay.
Ayan, okay. Ayan, attorney, ayan. Let's little game that we play. Mga
Mm.
kaibigan, yung mga first-time viewers, so, mag-message ko kayo, go to Filipino TV Europe. It's a Facebook page. And we want to thank once again si Oliver Fernandez for ilang stars yan. Direct, pakita mga uli. Ito ang mga palabas natin. Ayan, oh, thank you very much. Nagpadala sa Filipino TV
Wow.
Europe. Like niya ho. Tapos, ayan o, nagpadala siya. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat, no? And of course, si Rafa din. 150. Ayun, thank you. Maraming salamat, Rafa, no? Thank you, and Oliver. Okay, attorney, sige. Let's go for the guessing game natin. Sino unang bumati?
Actually, is staying on Oliver. I think si Oliver. He's my guest. Our charming and lovely Mr. Fernandez.
I agree with you, no, because whenever Oliver messages us, it's a story. He tells something about a current situation that's happening with him, diba? So yeah, I always look forward to his messages sa atin eh. Dahil he's either in Las Vegas, he's either someplace else, diba? So, sige, go. Oliver Fernandez. Edgardo! Okay, mahaba yung pangalan. Kala ko Oliver Fernandez, tama?
Chap.
Oo nga, oo. Sige. Yes.
So, si Edgardo, no? Enriquez,
Edgardo,
Happy
first time,
Thursday to, yun nga, to Mr. Laragan, Attorney Lira, and hardworking direct tama, and to the viewers, warm home today. Oh, yeah. Salamat at February na, dahil super busy ng January, dahil sa December year-end report. Oh, I know what you mean. Looking forward to lots of learning again today. Thanks. Yeah, no, tama ka. Oh, it's good that you're working from home today. I think today
Edgardo,
is there again another train strike today? Kahapon may train strike ata.
I don't know, but I think they have a rotation yata of working at home and then they go to the office. Ganun yata mga opisina ngayon eh. That they have a parang hybrid of you work at home on certain days, parang combination yata. So siguro today na-schedule na nasa bahay siya, no? But thank you for that's the guy who coined the Thursday. Tsaka ano, no? So mabuhay ka Edgardo, no? At hindi siya hirap sa traveling pa-uwi, di ba? Kumisa natin yung reporter natin yan eh. He talks about the kung ano may problema sa ano kung busy ang tube lines, no? So thank you. Oh yeah. First time, huh? So
absolutely.
First time. Oh.
Yeah.
Sige.
Number 1 ko ngayon, ha?
Pangalawa natin. Sino? Oh, sige. So last week the time that we were together, you were 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3?
Yeah, 2 out of 3 nga lang. Oh, okay. I'm sticking with the lovely Mr. Mr. Fernandez.
Yes, let's go ahead. Yes. Okay, Oliver pa rin. Sige.
I was thinking maybe kaya si Miss Paner. Sorry, Miss Paner. So, but yeah.
No, okay lang yan. Okay lang. We were thinking kasi Oliver. Sticking with Oliver sana, no? Okay.
Magandang gabi, sabi niya. Kuya Sonny and Attorney Lira at sa lahat, happy Thursday po and stay safe always and health and God bless us po. Miss Paner, hopefully you are well.
Marian, no? Mabuhay, mabuhay. Oh.
Yeah.
Nakita na ba tayo, Marian? Hindi ko alam kung nakita na tayo dito sa London, no? Pero yeah, she's very consistent and mabuhay. We love you, no? We truly appreciate you being there every time we have the show, no? And making your presence felt, no? Maraming salamat, Marian. Ayan. Taga saan kaya si Marian niya?
Yeah.
Okay. Sige, pangatlo natin, attorney. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, third time lucky, no? Okay, I'm sticking with Oliver. Still.
Okay. Kasi I'm looking forward. Yeah. Okay, Oliver Fernandez. Gigi.
Hi, Gigi. Yeah, Gigi. So, hi, sabi po niya, good evening, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sonny. Happy Thursday, all viewers. God bless everyone. And Direct Pao, blessed evening. Yeah, to you too, Gigi. Hopefully you're okay and you're keeping warm. Although today, hindi ganong malamig ngayon, no? Today, hindi ganong.
9 yata na. Umaabot na ng 9.
Like
mga 9 na. Puro negative, di ba? Mga negative ganyan. No, negative 3, negative 4. And there was even negative 5, no? Minus 5. So, yeah. Oh, I wonder what happened to Oliver. No? We usually have him either as a top 3, no? But anyway, we'll find out. Gigi, mabuhay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Baka traveling, no? Okay. Sino to? Si Lizzie Hubbs.
Si Lizzie Hubbs. Hi, Miss Hubbs. Yeah. She's
mabuhay,
no? Good evening, sabi po niya, no? Attorney
Good evening.
And Sir Sonny, happy Thursday po sa lahat. Hi, Miss Hubbs. Kamusta ka? Hopefully you're keeping warm, no?
Yes,
it's actually it's nearly spring, huh? Coming soon, spring.
yeah,
February na tayo, no?
pagkatapos sa February, March, springtime yan. March, April, May, and then summertime, June, no? Kailan ba magbabago yung oras natin, attorney? April ba o May? May yata, no? May, kailan ba? April? When does the clock change, di ba?
Yeah.
Spring forward.
I think actually, hindi ba March? Hindi ba March?
Hindi ko alam eh. Paalam natin kay Direk.
I can't remember
March
actually.
ba? March? Tama ba, Direk? March daw,
March
sa March. Aba, next month.
March ba?
Ang ano ko diyan, alam mo ang ano ko diyan, attorney, ang meron parang guide ko diyan, spring forward. Fall, yung autumn, fall back. So pagka spring forward, pagdating ng kunyari alauna sa atin, pagdating sa alauna sa UK, biglang naging 2 o'clock na yan, di ba?
Tama.
Diba? 2 o'clock.
That's a good way.
Pag winter time naman, winter time or fall, pagdating naman na 2:00 na madaling araw, biglang automatic babalik ng 1 o'clock. Ganon.
You fall back.
Ang time natin, di ba?
That's great.
It will fall back. Fall back. Spring forward
Tama.
and fall back. Ayun, Pagka summertime, 7 oras ang difference natin sa Pilipinas, pero pag winter time, 8 hours ang diferensya. So, ayan. Uy, si Ana Lu.
That's
attorney,
true. No, tama ka.
Diba?
Hi, Ana Lu. Oh, yeah. So, amazing Thursday evening po, Attorney Kuya Sonny, Direct Pao, and to all viewers, keep safe, everyone. God bless us. No, God bless.
God bless.
I hope you
Lu.
well. She's lovely, Ana Lu. Oh,
all right. Oh, Virginia.
Ilona.
Sweden to.
Tama siya. Yeah.
Nasa Sweden ka ba, Virginia?
Sabi nga, advance. Yeah. Are you there? And how's the weather? No, hopefully nga hindi gaano malamig. Mas malamig sa Sweden, I think, by comparison to here. Pero sabi nga niya, tama siya. Advance. Yeah, advance happy birthday. Advance Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.
Sabi niya, no?
Nawala kasi direct kaya hindi binabasa na yung Ayan, happy Valentine's Day. Tapos yung next message niya.
Happy Valentine's.
Yung next, pakibasa, attorney.
Yeah, so good evening, Attorney Lira and Sonny. Happy 10th anniversary to you and Sol. Yeah. Watching and listening from Gothenburg, Sweden. Good luck and stay safe. 10th anniversary.
Thank you. Maraming salamat. I'm sorry. Yeah, we did. We had our 10th year. We 10th year together. Yes. Si Sol. So mabuhay, Sol. 10th year together. It started in 2013. January 19 of January, and last January we had our 10th anniversary. So yeah, maraming salamat.
You're a lucky man. You are a very lucky man.
No, yes. So, attorney yan. Hindi ko nga gusto ko tama ba sabihin sila ang lucky, pero hindi I am the luckiest. So, tama. Si Rudy, attorney yan, Rudy. Sige.
Yeah, the Libroho clan. Happy cold Thursday.
Libroho clan.
I love this man. Yeah, lovely, elegant Attorney Lira, slim, good-looking legend, Sir Sonny, super Sir Edgar, and lovely and brains direct Paula. Tama ka, no? All viewers, God bless us. Team Libroho. I hope you're well, no, Mr. Libroho, and your pamilya mo, no? It's they went to the Philippines, diba? And are back now.
They did.
Hopefully hopefully you're okay, no? Tingnan mo si Ma'am Cora. Look.
Ma'am Cora.
Si Ma'am Cora, Cora Casola. Hello, Sir Sonny, sabi niya, Tony Lear, Paula, and joyous Thursday. Hi, Ma'am Cora. Are you enjoying
Ma'am Cora?
No?
Thank you very much.
Keep safe, ha?
Keep safe. Thank you very much for hosting si Pao. Keep safe dyan. Thank you very much. No? Maraming salamat. Uy, sino to? May Tigbao Vargas.
May. Yeah, May Tigbao Vargas.
Kamusta ka na, May?
From Exeter,
yes.
no? Good
Exeter,
evening.
mabuhay.
Sabi ko niya, no? And happy Thursday po, Kuya Sonny, Tony Lira, Derek Pao, and to all the viewers watch from Exeter in Devon. Lovely place, Devon. No, I mean Exeter,
yes.
particularly actually. So you're so lucky, May. Hope
May
you're enjoying.
University dyan, no? University of
Yeah,
Exeter, no?
good one.
Diyan. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, a very
Ayun,
good one.
in-explain niya. Ni
Yeah, galing to,
Edgardo.
so
Mm.
Edgardo, so sabi po niya, hybrid working 3 days in office and 2 days at home. Do you, I don't, I can't work from home ako. I mean, only if
Mm.
I really have to, I can kind of work, I can concentrate. Otherwise, I can't concentrate at home. So you're doing really well, Edgardo. No, na pwede ka, nagtrabaho ka nga dyan sa bahay. I cannot concentrate. Too many things distract me. No, the fridge
You're
is
right, you're
always
right.
calling me from home.
Exactly. Oh, tama, tama. Oh. But a lot of offices are doing that right now, no? Yun nga, because especially during the time that we were having yung mga necessary, ano ba tawag? Personal lang, yung mga nurses, yung mga talagang kailangan tama, yung mga builders, mga ganun yata eh. At for a
Key
time,
workers.
and then slowly, di ba, nagkaroon na ng full-time office. Pero yun nga, baka convenient na sa kanila yung ano, no? Yung hybrid na yan dahil although maluwag na tayo, wala na tayong mask. Ikaw ba, nagmamask ka pa ba sa supermarket? Di na, no?
Sometimes I try to on the bus. Um,
Mm-hmm.
just because uh, may mga tao, no, they have mask on. They look like they're shielding. So out of respect, I put on a mask also sa bus because they
Okay,
can't get
okay,
away
okay.
the bus. No, but in the
Tama, tama.
supermarket, not really. But itong work from home, I found it really difficult working from home. That namimiss ko mga tao, no? The people I
Yes,
work with,
yes, yes.
no, I miss
Oh,
them,
tama.
and I really miss the clients, no, the client contact. It was driving me potty not to see my clients nga because obviously you have to find other ways, no, by phone o kaya
Mm-hmm.
remote, no,
Mm-hmm.
by Zoom, ganon.
Remote, oh, mga Zoom,
It
ganyan,
truly
oh.
was driving me potty. I really miss the the kind of personal contact. So I'm not for work from home. I'm just no good at it. So well done,
Yung
Edgardo.
entire,
If you
yung, well done, well done. Yung entire, yung pandemic, I really haven't really used Zoom that much. I'm not a big fan of Zoom, no? Iba rin yung talagang kausap mo. Minsan, di ba, pag nagsusum yung mga meeting, office or whatever, ang dami-daming tao, you cannot concentrate eh. You're not looking, parang you're looking at each one on the screen eh, kung sino ano ginagawa nung, di ba? Very distracting eh. Yung nagsusum meeting, ang
mm,
dami-dami ninyo. But, yeah, okay.
yeah,
Well, ito na ba? Ano to? Okay.
si Miss Paner.
Okay. Sino
So
to? Si Miss
si
Panero.
Miss
Yeah,
Paner po,
oh.
no? Sabi po niya, hindi pa kayo nagkita. Maybe this summer po, pupunta ako sa London. Dito po ako sa Cheltenham. Be lovely to see you, Miss Paner. I mean, Cheltenham is nice. It's in
Cheltenham.
Cheltenham races, you know? Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah, no,
oh.
London would, yeah.
Na,
We should have a
oo.
reunion, no, Sonny?
Oo nga. Well, hopefully this
Immigration
summer.
corner, huh?
Yes, we can get together, di ba? It would be nice. I could bring along si Snooki. Di ba? Ang laki-laki na si Snooki by that time. Siguro kung 7 months old na siya. Uh, yeah, alam mo ang pinaka-excitement ko sa aso ko, sa tuta ko, sa puppy ko. Sa pet pom, I call her a pet pom pet pom Pomeranian, no? Pom pom kasi yan eh, mga
Mm-hmm.
one of the parang you would call it Pomeranian a pom-pom, di ba? O pommy. Yeah, pommy. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
ang parang excitement diyan, what will she eventually turn into? Yung color niya, yung lahat kasi nag-evolve yan eh. 1 year old, saka lang makikita yung tunay na kulay niya. At the moment she started white, and then nag-change yung parang fawn, yung parang brownie looking, parang fawn look
Mm-hmm.
at color. And nakikita ko may mga black siya. So I'm really looking forward each day. Tinitingnan ko anong changes kaya niya rito. And it will only happen between almost 1 year. Pagdating na 1 year kanyang full coat, yung ano niya. Kasi they are known for
Oh,
their fluffiness, di ba? Ang mga Pomeranians. And they're so cute
yeah.
because they're toy dogs. Ang liliit lang yan. Ang liit lang. Oh. Hindi siya maapakan mo. May danger kasi baka mamatay. Maapakan mo, madaganan mo sa bed.
No.
Oh, dahil ang liit eh. Ang liit. Eh, kung si Watson lang, walang
Oo.
problema. Pag nadaganan ko si Watson kasi 40, mas mabigat pa yata sa, hindi naman. Ibig sabihin, di ba,
Yeah.
40 kilograms. Imagine mo yan. Ilan sa pounds yan? 2.2. Di ba? Bigat,
Yeah,
no?
no, no.
Wow.
Itong asong to, you can't really sleep with him in the bed dahil nga he would take up, well, he would take up the whole bed, no? But you
Oh,
see,
okay.
si
Wow.
Snooki, she'll look like a mini lion, ano?
Yeah, she does. Oh, eventually mag-evolve yung face niya, yung ditong parang main ba niya? Oh, may lalabas dito. And then sa chest niya, magiging fluffy yung chest niya, yung sides niya, tsaka yung tail niya. And the nicest thing about my doggy, my little pet Pomeranian, is that she has this black tipped tail. Yung dulo ng tail niya, may black, oo. Tapos
Talaga.
naka-curly ano yan, which is common with Pomeranians na naka ano. So, yeah. Teka muna, one last question bago tayo magpunta sa ano. Si Watson ba, how old is he now?
He is going to be 9 on the 11th of February, actually. No, he's going to be 9.
Oh, wow. 9 years
Birthday
old,
niya.
ah. Okay.
Yeah,
Ayan,
yeah.
oo nga. They reach, yung sa inyo, mga malalaking aso pala, inaabot mga 2 years yan, parang nasa puppy stage pa sila there, yung maturity nila. But with the small dogs, 1 year lang ang kanilang parang maturity kaagad, yung parang from their
Mhm.
puppy stage. So merong yata, let's talk dogs later on, next time. But in the meantime, attorney, we're gonna have a short break. Napakaganda ng mga topic ko, yung mga insurmountable obstacles, no? Is this
Yeah.
insurmountable obstacles in appeals or in applications of
In both.
immigration? Paano? In both. Okay, all right.
Both.
In both. Ayan,
Yeah,
very
in both.
very interesting po ang pag-uusapan natin, no? So, insurmountable, ano yung mga preparation, ganyan ba? Preparation, mga gagawin
Opo.
nyo, no? Ano pwedeng pero okay, insurmountable pero surmountable because congratulations, attorney, you said that you have a case, you have a client that falls into this
Yeah,
category more or
yeah,
less, and you were successful.
absolutely. Yeah. So, yep. Yeah,
Okay, ayan.
absolutely. Today we found out.
Okay, good. Mga kaibigan, we're gonna have a short break. And when we come back, very interesting topic ko ang di-discuss, tatalakayin ni attorney. So, wag ko kayo nga alis. Saglit po lamang.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
%100% all natural. Tasty. Healthy. Versatile. 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasahing papawid 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Okay, balik po tayo sa ating programa. No? Once again, would like to acknowledge the stars na pinadala ho sa atin. No? We never knew that you could send stars sa atin, sa amin. No? So thank you very much. First of all, we'd like to acknowledge si Oliver Fernandez, no? Ayan. Ayan ho kanyang Facebook page, Facebook, how do you call it? Icon ba? How do you call that? Profile picture? Ganyan, no? Ayan, si Oliver Fernandez. Maraming salamat, no? He sent 500 stars sa atin. Paano ba ginagawa yan? No? Nagulat na lang kami. We received this notification na you have 500 stars from Oliver. You have, ilan yung kay Rafa? Also, we want to thank Rafa. Rafa, thank you for sending 150 stars to Filipino TV Europe, especially doon sa programa ho pala. Programa ni sa Legal Advice Corner. This happened during the time that we were doing the Legal Advice Corner with Attorney DANNA Quinto. Ayan. Okay, so yung shows natin, pwede ko kayo mag-send pati rito sa Immigration Corner, no? Kung na masaya sa inyo na, uy, meron kaming natututunan every Thursday night. Ayan. Okay, once again, let's welcome yung ating immigration expert who's going to be discussing a very interesting topic, yung insurmountable obstacles. Let's welcome back, siyempre, si Attorney Lira Simon Kabadbat. Happy Thursday once again, Attorney.
Happy Thursday, Sonny. And to everyone po, no? So, okay, 650 stars is what, ha? A bit of competition. Please send us stars.
Oo, nagulat ako. Thank you. Well, sabi nga ni Derek, uy, sir, Sunny, nagulat ako. Meron tayong notification from Facebook. Ano yun? Ay, nagpadala ng kagabi, si Rafa, Tuesday night, si Rafa, at saka si Oliver Fernandez. So, well, thank you very much, no? Pabuhay. And yeah, we're not asking or begging, pero nakakatuwa. It excites us. Uy, may stars Diba?
Yeah.
Diba? Hindi naman, we're just doing this for public service. And yet, we received some stars. So, mabuhay. Okay, Attorney, sige, take it away sa ating insurmountable obstacles.
Okay, so ito pong pag-uusapan natin nga ngayon, insurmountable obstacles. So excited actually to be discussing this with you. That insurmountable obstacles is one of the hardest, principles or law, to win in. And we were very fortunate that we actually managed to do just that recently. So it was one of my cases on appeal. So for obvious reasons, I'm not going to give any details now about the case. But what I would like to, however, share with you is practical tips po. Kung yan ang yung issue, one of the issues you need to get over, either because in your representations nagpasok kayong application o kaya meron nga kayong appeal, then ang gawin po natin ngayon, we're going to look briefly at the law, but mainly pag-uusapan po natin is practical tips. How do you prepare a case where this insurmountable obstacles principle is involved? Now, and it is involved mainly in where sabihin natin nandito nga applicant, nasa UK. Tapos wala na nga kayong visa, either natapos na plan, overstay na nga kayo. Tapos meron kayong partner nga dito. It could be a same-sex relationship. It could certainly be a heterosexual relationship. You could be married or indeed unmarried. As long as you're able to show that you're in a relationship, for example, akin to marriage yung tawag nga nila. Now, insurmountable obstacles, just to put it nga in context, kung ganun sitwasyon nyo and wala nga kayong bata, let's say, then one of the things that they say is you need to be able to show, say, insurmountable obstacles. Failing that, maybe Article 8, right to family, private life. There's something called Section 55 now to do now with children. But of all the principles, of all the legal principles that you need to be able to establish, insurmountable obstacles has proven to be one of the hardest ones, especially na po ngayon. Because England being the way it is, it's case law based. So some cases evolve, and they define the law, okay? And because it is case law based, common law based, usually things kind of move, become more relaxed, for example, or indeed get harder. And insurmountable obstacles is one of those principles nga that in the years that the intervening years, probably siguro in the last 10 years, maybe even longer nga than that, but absolutely in the last 10 years nga, insurmountable obstacles, the case law that defines it, no, has become harder and harder. And that's why it is incredibly unusual actually to win on insurmountable obstacles. Pero hindi na ibig sabihin na if you don't satisfy insurmountable obstacles that your case will not succeed, because it could be that you're able to establish a case on Article 8, no, human rights. Pero titingnan po natin ngayong gabi yung insurmountable obstacles. Now, what is insurmountable obstacles? Yun ang unang-una. So, kung meron kayong ang sitwasyon, as I was saying, usually nandito kayo, wala na nga kayong visa, you want to regularize your stay, meron kayong partner nga dito, no? Married or unmarried. So, the starting point with most legal principles, of course, is anong sabi ng batas. So, let me just read to you. It's not very long. Let me just read to you what it actually says. So, insurmountable obstacles is defined, kung gusto nyo tingnan, it is under what's called EX1, B, no, of Appendix FM. So if you Google that, makikita nyo. It's actually also on the Home Office website. What does it say? So let me just read that to you, no? So EX1 paragraph applies if, so ito, the applicant has a genuine subsisting relationship with a partner who is in the United Kingdom and is British, no? So someone settled in the UK or someone not British, and there are insurmountable obstacles to family life with that partner continuing outside the United Kingdom. So someone settled in the United Kingdom or indeed British, and there are insurmountable obstacles to family life continuing outside the United Kingdom. Now, EX2, so just in that same section, says, for the purposes of EX1B, insurmountable obstacles means, so itong definition po, the very significant difficulties which would be faced by the applicant or their partner, right, in continuing their family life together outside the UK, and which could not be overcome or would entail very serious hardship for the applicant or their partner. Now, that's all. It can be quite complex, of course, no, legal principles. So let's break it down, no. And by the way, kung meron kayong solito and yung situation niya nga ganito, they should explain to you what insurmountable obstacles also mean. Kailangan niyo yun malaman nga, because of course you need to prepare your case and prepare and provide documents, supporting documents in support. So that's why importante nga din na alam nyo ano ba ibig sabihin insurmountable obstacles, amongst other things, of course, because your case may involve not just insurmountable obstacles but other things like Article 8, private life, family life, or where there are children, Section 55. Pero ito, if you're going to mount an application or include this in your application, or indeed if you have an appeal, importante na alam yung definition. So let's look at the definition a little bit more. So there's three things na that you should pay particular attention to according to the definition. So una po, sabi doon, very significant difficulties. Significant difficulties, no? The other thing that it says is there's very serious hardship, no? And then also it's for the applicant or their partner, hindi nga lang sa inyo, but also yung asawa nyo dito, no? So you're looking at something much more than just it's inconvenient, no? Or maybe that it's expensive, no? So it has to be something significant, something serious, no? That affects you both. Hindi nga lang ikaw, but also yung partner mo. So what would not likely qualify? Doesn't mean that these factors won't be looked at or not in relation to, say, Article 8, private life, family life. But for insurmountable obstacles, that issue alone, no, What's not likely to qualify would be kung sabihin natin galing kayo sa Pilipinas, no? Tapos ang kaso nyo, sasabihin nyo on insurmountable obstacles, wala akong trabaho, no, sa Pilipinas, o wala akong bahay sa Pilipinas, o yung pamilya ko wala na sila doon, nandun nasa ibang bansa na din nga sila, o yung partner mo, no, yung asawa nyo hindi siya marunong magtagalog, sabihin natin, no? Oh, I've actually had also clients who said, "Oh, napakainit, no? It's just that's meron kayong mga utang dito na kailangan yung bayaran." All those things, frankly, under this principle, insurmountable obstacles, is unlikely to succeed, no? That you need to establish, significant difficulties, serious hardship that affects you and your partner, or both, more likely. Now, so what could potentially qualify? And this is tips po, no? If you're going to include insurmountable obstacles now, or need to deal with insurmountable obstacles, either it's application nyo or indeed on appeal, so na-refuse na yung application nyo and you want to mount a challenge and you're going to do that to the first tier tribunal by way of an appeal against the Home Office's decision. Anong kailangan yung pakita? And these documents, actually, normally I would say to my clients, you should have them ready when you submit the application if you're going to put forward a case on insurmountable obstacles. Dahil otherwise, ang mangyayari, kung wala nga ito, then in fairness, the Home Office will not have evidence really to support your case. So they're likely that they will refuse it if you don't have evidence. So these documents, these supporting evidence, really should be ready for when you submit the application if you're going to deal with the issue or need to deal with the issue of insurmountable obstacles. And in a case where wala na nga kayong visa, gusto nyo, you want to apply to regularize your stay, nandito ng partner nyo, it is one of the things you have to deal with, yung insurmountable obstacles. So, what could possibly qualify as insurmountable obstacles? Medical problems, no? That's always a starting point. But it has to be serious ones. So, it's unlikely that the Home Office will accept, or even the court, no, the tribunal will accept diabetes, no, unless again it's question of seriousness, or high blood pressure, because both they're likely to say can be managed by medication. Yeah? Now, medical issues, of course, can also include mental health problems. No? So, if you you or your partner have such issues, you should also make sure that you put that forward and you evidence it. No? It could also include, say, meron kayong inaalagaan nga dito, hindi naman anak, but say, meron kayong nandito nanay, tatay nyo, tapos kailangan nila ng tulong. They have, and it's not just that they have, say, that they need, they're getting on a bit, someone may be better to have shopping, but it has again to be something substantial, no? So meron silang dementia, for example, and those of you who are familiar with the horrible illness of dementia, continuity of care, no, is important. So kung hindi nga nila, they unfortunately sufferers may recognize certain people, no, and it's a question of continuing with that. But other people they may not recognize. So kung sino man nag-aalaga, anak o hindi naman, the continuity of the care they provide may be quite crucial to the care and longevity of life ng tao, no? So it could also be potentially that, because of course kung kailangan yung iwanan nga nanay tatay nyo nga dito, then that it's very likely that you would suffer, no? Serious consequences, serious hardship, no? Because it may mean na wala mag-aalaga nga sa kanila, no? Or that you would feel so their life, no, may be shortened by you leaving the United Kingdom. So you can potentially put that forward. So if you're going to put forward anything that you think may qualify as insurmountable obstacles, ebidensya po kailangan yung pakita, no? It is for you to prove your case, not the Home Office to seek evidence, in support of your case. The mangyayari, kung hindi nyo bigay, they would just refuse it, no? They won't say, well, do you have evidence? Hindi sila susulat sa inyo, hindi kayo tatawagan. So they will just simply refuse it. It is for you to show na that there's evidence to support your claim that there are insurmountable obstacles. So kung meron nga kayong sakit o may sakit nga yung partner nyo, medical evidence is crucial, no? I've seen clients just provide nga a GP letter. For something like insurmountable obstacles, you need to do better than that. And it would often require nga, say, kung malala nga ang sakit nyo o sakit ng asawa nyo, then maybe something from the consultant dealing with unang-una nga anong condition, any medication that's prescribed, and if there's also kung pwede prognosis, no? Ano ba mangyayari? You're looking at the difficulty, say 6 months or a year, or it could even be terminal, huh? So kailangan so a brief letter from your GP nga may not cut it. Now on top of that, you can get also a copy of your notes from your GP. No, it's something actually you're entitled to. I think there's a fee, but a very small fee. I'm pretty sure I think it's less than 50 pounds nga, no? So ang mangyayari nga lang, they can print it, no? So it's yung notes nga nila, they just print it, and then they can give you a printed copy. Or indeed, I'm not sure whether they would email it. Most GPs that I've dealt with, they print it, and my client then collects it from them and then pays whatever the fee is. Maganda nga if you have a printout, especially kung sakit nyo nga o partner nyo it's gone on for a number of years, then you will have a record of all of the times nga that you've had to be referred. For example, you've had to go see the GP. And again, no, it's for you to make out your case. So ang payo ko, if you're going to submit the report, don't just submit it just like that, no? Highlight the sections nga that are in support of your case, and lagay nyo din sa representations, and number also the medical notes, because oftentimes they may not be numbered, no, the page numbers. So you can say, okay, page 2, and quote it, no, itong nangyari. So then they can see, oh, okay, it's a long-standing condition. So you're looking at a detailed medical report. So maybe from your GP, preferably if hospitals are involved, from say the consultant nga, and maybe even the medical notes, no? So it's so important that you ensure that you provide them with enough, that is by them, I mean the Home Office, that they have enough to support your case, no? And refer to it. It will also help you on appeal, and I'll come back to that in a moment. Now, if the problem is to do with mental health, importante nga din, provide get a psychiatric report, okay? Because without a psychiatric report, then you don't really have independent evidence, not that may sway the Home Office or indeed the court, no, the tribunal nga, to hold that they're insurmountable obstacles. Psychiatric reports are expensive though, so you are looking at anything upwards 1,500 for a report, and so sometimes you can't afford. I mean, people can't afford it, but if you can, kung pwede, it is worth it. And make sure, of course, that you go to a good psychiatrist who's able to provide that. And si experto nga sila, because they have different expertise. So it could be that if you have anything to do with children nga, that they may be specializing in the younger, no, generation, or kaya where there's potentially other issues nga that so to have a look, no, check them out. And of course, anyway, kailangan nyo malaman magkano bang charge nila. So you're looking at, as I say, my experience says me about 1,500 upwards, often with plus VAT. So it can be quite expensive, but truly it's worth it. If you're going to submit, if you need to show that that there are mental health issues involved, you will find also that judges would likely rely on medical reports and will quote it, no, in their determination. So make sure that you do that. And like everything else medical, it takes ages, no, to get these reports. Not least because, of course, when you're submitting documents or reports from, say, consultant o kaya yung psychiatrists, normally they would want to see the GP reports, the GP notes, and then they'll need to interview you. And if it's to do with your partner, either because you're a carer or they're caring for you, again, they would want to interview them. They should interview them. And then, of course, the report is prepared. They're independent, the report. So it doesn't mean that they will necessarily not help your case, but most of the time, of course, they are helpful because usually no na may problema nga. So all you want is confirmation of it. But this can take a while. My experience, again, you need to allow to get a medical report done at least 8 weeks. More likely, if possible, allow for longer than that, especially when it's to do now with children, because they tend to take a bit longer. Now, of course, it takes it's a different type of preparation kung may mga bata nga. And usually they're interviewing not just one adult, but potentially 2 adults. And it doesn't have to be a psychiatrist necessarily, so you can also have therapists to provide nga reports, but tailor it, no? Kung sino man kailangan nyo to provide the expertise, then they're the ones that you should instruct. So you need to ask someone nga who knows whose field that is, so that you have ang tawag nga, you have gravitas, no? In order to persuade, for it to be persuasive for the Home Office, and also nga korte nga, no? So it's importante po yun. Now, so make sure also that you have all of that ready before you do, or maybe prepare another, but statements po, in statements nyo. I know we've talked about this nga in the past, and I always say, and it continues to be the case, importante po na magandang statement. Yung statement, para bang affidavit, no? Na nandoon nga, no, background, at saka kung meron kayong medical reports, anong sabi medical reports, no? How do you apply that to your case, no? So you may want to quote certain sections nga that particularly worry you from the medical report. So that's, you may say, sabi ni Dr. ganito, ito kung alis nga ako dito, ito mangyayari sa asawa ko. Quote that, no, in your statement. Importante nga din yon that you quote it in your statement. So you apply it if you like, no? Now, same goes, of course, with kung hindi nga appeal, but you're looking to make an application. Again, make sure na yung representations nyo, the legal representations, nandun din, no? So quote any supporting documents. That it makes clear you applying then, no, the evidence to your case. So importante po yun. So it's for you. I say again, it's for you to of course support your case, to establish your case. Now, the next thing I will say is I say it, but I don't mean that you should not include it necessarily. But the starting point is don't be tempted to dilute, no, your case when you're looking at insurmountable obstacles. By that I mean there are a number of principles you should deal with. So insurmountable obstacles maybe is the highest one Tapos there's Article 8 nga. So kung yung situation nyo na wala nga kayong trabaho sa atin, wala kayong bahay, wala ng pamilya, hindi your partner does not speak the language, may mga yung nabaon na kayo ng utang, ganon. They may be, relevant as regards say private life or family life, yung Article 8, but likely not towards insurmountable obstacles because they're not. Those things are very difficult, but they're not insurmountable. They're not significant difficulties. They're not serious hardship, for you and the applicant. So ang payo ko, deal with, if you're submitting an application, do it in categories, Always have a heading. So if it's insurmountable obstacles, you're putting forward, put it at the top, Insurmountable obstacles. How do you deal with that? And don't be tempted, as I say, to dilute, your representations, by saying, insurmountable obstacles dahil nga mawalang trabaho ko, wala akong trabaho sa atin, wala akong bahay sa atin. They're not insurmountable obstacles. So they may be relevant to the next level, which is Article 8, private life, family life. But there's no point putting it in the section of insurmountable obstacles. So take care is what I'm saying, when you're making representations. And of course, your representations, legal representations, it should also link up, be supported by your statements, So if you like, there has to be structure, in dealing with these types of applications, or importantly, appeal, So don't be tempted. That's what I mean by don't be tempted to dilute your insurmountable obstacles representations case by making representations or by including things that or your solicitor should know would not amount to insurmountable obstacles. They may be relevant in relation to other principles like Article 8 nga, right to family, private life, or indeed Section 55 to do nga with children, but they may not be insurmountable obstacles. Of course, there could be a crossover, especially kung may mga bata, but it's be careful is what I'm saying. You don't make sure merong structure your representations and of course your statement nga. Now, let's say nagpasok nga kayong application and for whatever reason the insurmountable obstacles nga you get a refusal, Now, if you're going through an appeal at the moment or about to go through an appeal and it involves nga itong insurmountable obstacles, again, importante po, if you're going to mount a challenge on insurmountable obstacles, make sure you have evidence. So if you have not yet provided medical documents, for example, if there are medical issues, you must do so for the hearing, So, yung hearing bundle na kailangan yung pasok nga sa korte, it should include documents. And the ASA, ang tawag ay Appeal Skeleton Argument, should make reference to the documents that you're submitting. So, prepare your appeal as soon as you possibly can. Sometimes mahirap nga lang, Kasi especially mga documents from, say, the Philippines, ang hirap kunin to do with medical issues. So that makes it even more important. You must try to get hold of the documents as soon as you possibly can. Now let's say now you've been able to prepare now your documents and then you have a hearing. Beware po you have generally two types of hearings nowadays. Even now, it was introduced predominantly during the COVID time. So you have in-person hearings, and of course you have remote hearings. Now, remote hearings can be useful because at least it's going ahead, and it's also most of the time, if it's remote hearing, it will take place somewhere else. So the judge essentially will log in, your solicitor or barrister will then log in, and then you log in. Kung yung hearing nyo, if it's remote, beware. Sometimes people are not attentive enough dahil na remote hearing, they don't think that it's perhaps you get more too comfortable if it's a remote hearing. You may not feel that it's actually really a hearing. But beware, if it's a remote hearing, ibig sabihin, kayo talagang focus. No? If it's a personal hearing, oftentimes you get distracted by something else, or the judge gets distracted by, say, something going on at the back, no, or indeed the clerk to get his or her attention. But remote hearing, ibig sabihin, nasa harap kayo, no? So the focus is on you, and they see you, and they're very attentive to how you react, how you answer questions. So again, pay attention, no? Particularly actually in remote hearings. Insurmountable obstacles, if it depends very much kung anong klaseng kaso nyo, no? Insurmountable obstacles. With something like this, anything to do with Article 8 also, my general view is it's better to have a personal hearing, so that the judge can see you in person, because that sometimes makes a difference. So if you're saying na yung ikaw o yung partner mo may sakit nga, sometimes it makes a difference for the judge to actually see you. Dahil kung nakaupo kayo, it's a remote hearing, it's probably difficult to see, oh, it's actually, they look a bit frail, no? So it may not come across, but it depends very much, as I say, on the situation. But the thing to take away with remote hearings is you must still pay attention, full attention as you would, the personal hearing, if not more so, because as I say, it's they're focusing on you, and there are no distractions or less distractions, and so importante nga that you are you listen in the normal way, but truly focus, no? Ako, mga kliyente ko, I try and actually set up the hearing in my office, no? Now, if you can't do that, if your solicitor does not offer that nga, then make sure you go somewhere where there are no distractions. And if you can, hindi nga lang na yung mobile phone, try and get a laptop o kaya yung iPad nga, because otherwise ang liit-liit, no? And it's difficult then to see the judge, because then you will have the judge, presenting officer, you represent the representative, at saka nga kayo, no? So you're looking at four people on the screen. So if you only have a mobile phone, that may be a bit difficult. So make sure, but more importantly, importante po, make sure naririnig nyo, tsaka naklaro nga nung sinasabi nga nila. Kung kailangan yung interpreter, then that adds a complication. Interpreters, of course, they can still have remote hearings kahit nga may interpreter. But as soon as there are interpreters, my preference, again, is kung pwede, personal hearing, because it can already be challenging kung meron nga kayong interpreter. But kung wala, if you're in different rooms, no, a different place, then that can even be more difficult, especially kung ang kaso nyo po itong insurmountable obstacles. So even though insurmountable obstacles sounds daunting, tawag nga, insurmountable, no? You can't get you might as well call it the impossible obstacles, no? So insurmountable obstacles is off-putting already. But I can say to you for certainty, with some cases, you can establish, and win an insurmountable obstacles case. But it will take a lot of preparation and hard work, and of course, good facts. And if you don't, kung ang kaso nyo is not really insurmountable obstacles, then you may want to, if you need to deal with the issue, then by all means deal with the issue, but then you may want to concentrate on the other principles where you may think, okay, those principles you can win against, which could be Article 8 nga, private life, family life, exceptional circumstances, mga ganon, children. So your solicitor should guide you, so like with many other things, structure, tactics are also quite important, and of course evidence. So insurmountable obstacles, they may call it that, but it's not always insurmountable.
Okay. Ayan, no? Not always insurmountable. Magandang advice mo, attorney. No? Personally, it's best to have a personal parang hearing yata in person, no? para they can see the ano no the yung mga appellants no. And GP, mas mabuti yung consultant para mas malalim, hindi madali. Attorney, we'll have to go segue to the questions kasi marami to eh. Direct na may monitor na didinig ko, no? Oo. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. Sige, let's go for the first question. Sige, go.
Okay, galing po
Attorney
to kay
Palibasa,
Lynn.
sige.
Good evening, Attorney Lira. Yeah? And Sir Sonny. Na-refuse po ang visa ko papunta sa UK. My partner is a British citizen. 3 years na po kami in a relationship at nakatira sa Malaysia. Now, nasa Malta po ako and he's in the UK. Magtatanong lang po sana ako ng advice kung ano pong magandang gawin para naman ma-approve ang visitor visa ko. Salamat po. Lynn, the thing with Christmas is lots and lots of refusals on visit visa, no? And you're not alone, unfortunately. Now, visit visa, kailangan nyo pakita. So the Home Office usual reason for refusal is that they don't believe that you're going to leave the United Kingdom again. So it's an intention issue. Okay, 90% I would say is to do with intention refusal. So ang advice ko, things to do really is unang-una po statement. Importante yon, no? Yung statement mo, sabihin mo doon, ano ginagawa mo doon sa Malta? May trabaho ka ba? No? May plano ba kayo? So it could be that later on, you just want to visit the UK first. Gusto mo lang makita muna. And then because you want to decide, dito na ba kayo titira? Dito ba kayo magpapakasal? Or are you going to go somewhere else? No? So yung statement nyo, kailangan yung lagay doon. No? What's the, anong plano? No? And of course, show, to some extent, show money also. Kung magandang trabaho mo sa Malta, sabi mo, kayang-kaya ko naman sarili ko dito. No? Yung si Mr. nandito, it could be that kaya ka nga dito, may trabaho nga siya dito, but hindi pa nga kayo ready if you're looking to potentially live together in the United Kingdom. And what I always say sa statements is, you would not, of course, wish to compromise a future application for, say, spouse visa or fiancé visa in overstaying or breaching your immigration condition in the United Kingdom, because that makes sense. No, why would you want to overstay in the UK if kung ang plano nyo you come into the UK as say a fiancé. So, but in your case, unang-una statement, explain it. And of course, legal reps. The final thing, probably most important, is kung anumang dahilan nila, deal with it. No, don't just ignore it. I mean, you have to declare anyway that you've had a refusal. But sa statement nyo, deal with that. Sabihin nyo why it is that the basis for the refusal was actually incorrect.
Yung bang ito partner, so not necessarily asawa, no? Sabi mo nga, baka in future yung kanilang fiancé visa hopefully hindi maapektuhan ng no? Itong kanyang mga ginagawa ngayon. Ang refusal na does she have to show proof that she has the funds, that she has a good job at Malta, or hindi ba pwedeng yung lalaki? And if kung lalaki, does it also say that the refusal was because the partner didn't or doesn't have a good source of income or livelihood or ganun ba, attorney? Pwede ba ganun?
Yeah.
Hindi bakit kailangan, hindi ba
it
pwede
can
yung
be
lalaki
both.
magsabi na, hey, it is I've got this very fat bank account and I have properties and so on and so forth. I've got a house. Couldn't that be the one that, that somehow would help this lady, ano pangalan niya, Lim, to come over to the UK as a visitor lang, no? As a visitor. So, siya ba kailangan mag-prove na, alam ko sa Malta, parang mga jobs nila, nasa mga, mga hotel, naglilinis, nag-ano, ng mga, ganyan, no? Unless, may isa tayong, hindi ko alam kung nurse or ano yun. But anyway, yun lang, does she have to really prove that she has the funds, that she can afford it, she has a good job? Kung hindi maganda ang job,
No, tama ka.
Can she rely on the partner to prove that I can afford to have my fiancé, my partner, or my girlfriend, to come over? She'd like to have a look at the London Bridge or London Buckingham Palace, whatever. Hindi ba pwede? Yung lalaki?
No. No, tama ka, Sonny. You can, no, absolutely, no. And so kung yung sitwasyon, so yung boyfriend nga nandito, okay naman ang income nga niya, may bahay siya dito, titiran. Absolutely. You can say in your statement nga that all the expenses will be dealt with nga by your boyfriend. There's a home, na maganda nga ang account niya, they'll provide bank statements. Absolutely. That's so kung hindi ganong maganda nga ang income mo, then that becomes even more important. It's important though, kung okay ang income mo, or frankly, even if your income is not wonderful, no? Pero meron kang trabaho nga sa Malta, it's still good to be able to show na meron kang income sapat nga para sa'yo because of intention. Not so much there's no financial requirement in the strict sense kung for visitor visa. But titingnan nga nila na kaya mo nga. But it's more to do with intention on the basis that kung magandang trabaho mo, sapat ang pera mo doon sa Malta, chances of you overstaying in the United Kingdom from their point of view is less. No? So kung maganda ang trabaho, kung hindi maganda ang trabaho, no, meron kang ang sweldo nga kasya nga lang, and even if you sabihin natin nagpapadala siya sa iyo, no, to supplement, also say so, no. So what's important is you say, okay, itong sitwasyon namin ngayon, gusto ko nga lang gawin, bumisita muna sa sa United Kingdom. Gusto ko nga lang makita, do I like it, for example, no? Can we get on there, no, sa UK? And then we're going to decide where we're going to make our home. Kung yun ang sitwasyon nga, no? So explain it to them that it's not in your interest actually, no, to overstay. But yeah, in any event, tama ka, Sonny. You can submit and you should submit evidence of your partner's financial circumstances.
Okay, we have a question yata sa chat board, no? Chat room. O sa chat sa natin, no?
Okay.
Message board.
Okay.
Ayan, kay Sikim Santos Sunga. Ayan, okay, sige, attorney.
Yeah. So, hello po, Attorney Lira. Ask ko lang po kasi, mag-renew ako ng spouse visa ko nitong May. Okay, so 3 months time. Mas okay pang may B1 kesa mag-A2. Thank you po. Yeah. I mean, the B1 is obviously a higher level, no, Kim? The B1 is, but it doesn't add anything to your case. So, kung yung spouse visa mo, pangalawa, so nakakuha ang spouse visa, i-extend mo nga lang, no? Pangalawa nga lang. So, you're going to get an extension dito. Then, all you need is an A2 maximum. Pero kung papasok ka ng indefinite na nga ngayon, so spouse visa ka na, 5 taong ka na, mag-indefinite ka na, B1 ang kailangan mo. So, kung first extension mo nga lang, so you got 2.5 now, it's another 2.5 kailangan mo, A2 lang kailangan mo, it doesn't add anything to your case, frankly. It doesn't make it better, Kim.
Okay, ayan. All right. So, meron tayong susunod na question, no? Sige, go right ahead. Direct, paki-flash natin. From
Okay,
Paul.
galing po to kay
Paul G.
Paul G. Yeah. Oh, hello, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. I want to bring my girlfriend here in the UK who's pregnant with my child. Oh, congratulations. Currently, she's in Cyprus and she's using a Filipino passport. My question is, what kind of visa should I get for her? Or is it easier for me to bring her here in the UK after giving birth to our child? Thanks and more power. Paul, okay. Well, sorry. I'm not sure whether you're actually Filipino, no? Let's just because your name is Paul. So let me give the advice in English. So now you have a number of possibilities. So she's in Cyprus, of course. First, and you may not necessarily want this, is that she enters the UK with a visit visa. I don't think that's probably really where what you need. You can of course make an application for her to join you as, say, your fiance, because you haven't been potentially you've not been living together for more than 2 years. So she can come into the United Kingdom with the view to marrying in the United Kingdom. So of course she's pregnant with your child now. What you could also do, of course, is go to Cyprus and, in fact, marry in Cyprus if you can, and then make an application for her to join you in the United Kingdom as your spouse. You can, of course, see about waiting, for your child to be born in the UK, but her application will still be the same. That is either, again, as a fiance, or if you've been living together a minimum of 2 years and you can prove it, then as a partner, or indeed if you marry, then as a spouse. So waiting does not really change the type of application that's available to her, but of course it makes it stronger if there are any concerns as regards the genuineness of your relationship. And of course, then after the birth of your child, there's something called the Section 55 obligation on part of the Home Office to consider. So it makes it a stronger case after the birth of your child, but you don't have to wait for the birth of your child. And the type of application is that's open to her, either, as I say, visit visa, which is probably not really what you want, or fiance or partner if you've been living together more than 2 years, or spouse. Those things will not change. But keep us informed, Paul.
Okay.
I'm interested.
My guess is he's not Filipino, no? Because well written yung kanyang question at tama naman. So hindi Pinoy yan si Paul. He's probably British.
I think it's the
Okay.
it's the name gives it away. Paul. Actually, we don't have many Pauls in the Philippines, no?
Si Poldo, Leopoldo. Di, marami din naman. May mga Paul din naman. May mga Paul din, mga Paul. Marami din pero tama ka rin. Pero the way it's written, it's hindi mukhang hindi Pinoy yan eh. Ang pagkaka So I guess tama. This is a British guy who's got a girlfriend who carries a Filipino passport in Cyprus. Yun, pero pregnant ng kanyang child. Kasi she's pregnant of my child, no? So ayan. Okay, teka muna. We have a question. Sige, so from the chat room natin, okay? Si Bess Milang. Oo.
Best Milang.
Ayan.
Attorney
Best
Leah, I
Milang.
applied for HCV visa via an immigration consultancy.
HCW,
I got-
attorney. HCW visa.
Oh, sorry,
HCW visa.
HCW?
Oo. Tama ba yan?
I got selected by Homes. No DCOS, pero naniningil ng full payment. I'm satisfied all the requirements. The Homes issued a job order, but there's now a failure of processing. HCW, home care worker? Is that the
Home care worker
idea?
siguro, visa. Baka home care
Siguro,
worker
no?
siguro. I don't know. Best pakilinaw lang.
so-
Yan ba HCW?
Yeah.
Ano ba ganyang
And
visa?
so DCOS, I assume, is designated certificate of sponsorship.
Certificate of
so-
sponsorship, yeah.
So I'm assuming the home care worker under the skilled worker route. So let's make that assumption. So nagpasok siya ng application as a home care worker visa via an immigration consultancy. Got selected by Homes. No, the designated cost, that's a certificate of sponsorship, pero naniningil ng full payment. I satisfied all the requirements. The Homes issued a job order, but there's now a failure of processing. Best, I'd be very concerned here that ang unang-una, you see, is that the home, would need to issue you with a designated certificate of sponsorship. Kailangan mo yun. Without that, there's no point making an application because it will just refuse. Yung 70 points, 20 points is to do with the designated certificate of sponsorship. So, kung wala kang ganoon, you won't get it, Bess. No? Yun ang unang-una.
Teka
You
muna. So
need
parang
the
nag-apply to sa
designated
labas, attorney. Sa labas nag-apply to an immigration consultancy. She got selected daw by the Home.
Yeah.
Siguro sinabi ng immigration, congratulations, you were chosen. Pero walang certificate of sponsorship. So, and then hinihingi pera. Kung hindi talaga, should they have a cost? Kasi bago siya mag-part ng kanyang pera, she has to make sure. Kasi kung she will be parting with her money, lalo na kung nasa abroad yan, Nasa Pilipinas ba ito? Do you guess? Ito si Best. Best, nasaan ka ngayon? Anyway,
Siguro si Bes, oo.
nasa Pilipinas nga ba?
Yeah.
O nandito?
Siguro
If you can glean from
nasa
what...
Pilipinas.
Oh,
No,
okay.
siguro
If
nasa
you glean from
Pilipinas.
what she's,
Because,
Pilipinas. Oh.
yeah, no,
Sige,
I
Best,
think so.
sabihin mo
Dahil
sa amin,
nga,
kung nasa Pilipinas ka.
yeah.
Nagkakaan
But yeah,
tayo,
so
may delay tayo, attorney.
I'd be concerned. No, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You'd be concerned, yeah, exactly, before
So,
parting with your money, no? Baka maisahan ka. Sayang lang. Oh.
yeah.
Okay, hindi na namin tatanungin pa ng consultancy. Hindi, consultancy doon sa Pilipinas yan, no? Kaya ingat-ingat lang kayo, wag ho kayong paloloko, no? Okay, next question, sige, direct.
Galing po kay Nida. Nida M. Magandang gabi po, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. EU passport po ako and naka-pre-settlement status po ako. My daughter, EU passport as well, is currently here in the UK under tourist visa. May chance po bang may apply ko yung daughter cause my dependent child para makastay siya and work din dito? Thank you po. Oh, Nida, I like the question. No? Now, it's
interesting.
Potentially is the answer. Ito. Now, you can, of course, now Brexit na tayo. No? But in some situations, even though we have Brexited, you can apply still for family members, no, EU family members to join you in the United Kingdom. But itong kaso mo, it really turns on. So let me just read to you one sentence. This is actually from the Home Office, no. So you can apply, no, if you're related to someone from the EU. Of course, she's related to you. If you're either their child, grandchild, or great-grandchild under 21, so ewan ko kung yung anak mo is under 21, I suspect she's not, no? Or dependent child, grandchild, or great-grandchild over the age of 21. So, Nida, it turns on whether yung anak mo dependent nga. Dependent means you have to demonstrate nga financial, medical, or other type of dependency, and you need to provide evidence. Kung nasabihin natin nasa Spain siya, ikaw nagbabayad lahat, and that's been the case. So she could be, of course, 22. She's just turned 22. And then you've been paying for everything that's she's dependent. May sakit siya, no? So it's a possibility, Nida, but just be careful nga, no? Dahil if it's unlikely that she's going to be considered your dependent child, you have to just be careful because as I say, you were Brexited, and although EU passport holder siya, and of course hindi niya kailangan mag-apply ng visa papasok nga dito, it may be a mark against her, no, if she's had a refusal, because of course that will go on her record. So be careful. It's one of those things you should really seek legal advice on, but it's a possibility, Nida.
Okay, possibility. Okay, pwede pala. All right. Ito, last but not the least, I think question. Okay, go right ahead, please, direct. Yeah, okay.
Queen. Oh, Queen A. Okay. Oh, Queen. Huh? Good evening, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. My question is, if pupunta po ako sa UK under visit visa and my friend will sponsor me, hindi ko po ba mag-show money, if ever? Magkano po kayang need? Thanks in advance. Actually, we kind of dealt with that, Sonny, no, earlier on. Yeah, no, wala pong minimum. Certainly, there's no maximum, no? But you need to be able to show na, no, sapat nga ang pera mo. So if your friend is going to sponsor you, he or she needs to show really na pagka nandito ka, sabihin natin you're only going to be here for 1 month. During that 1 month, saan ka titira? No? Sino magbabayad nga ng pamasahe? Okay? And also, of course, expenses nga. So, kung siya mag-sponsor sa iyo, so siyang sasalungan lahat, of course, kailangan niyang pakita na meron nga siyang pera. No? Now, of course, if you're also paying something, then you should also show your bank account. Pero kung siya nga, especially if he or she has good financial means, absolutely, show it. Show the money. Because the more you have, this is the sad thing, the more you have, the less concerned they are. Not always, but that's the case.
Okay, all right. Ayan, no? So walang minimum, walang ano, basta as long as you could show, especially yung friend mo, they could prove na kaya na i-ano ka, no, sponsor ka rito yung mga gastos mo. So, yeah, fantastic. So, at least, well, dami natin mga questions tonight, no? Si Ben Milang ba, sayang, no? Hindi natin nalaman kung ano tawag dito, kung taga Pilipinas, no? Ben Milang ba yan? Ben Milang? Nilang, tama ba? Okay. May
Yeah,
nagpadala
yeah.
si ano, Marian Galisa pala, no? Maraming salamat. Nagpadala ng ano, ayan, 100 stars. So, attorney, kita mo, ayan, no? Ang cute naman ni ano, Marian.
Wow.
Talagang parang genius, no? Nakasalamin, no? Ayan, Marian Galisa
Yeah.
Paner,
She's gorgeous.
100 stars. Oh, di ba? So,
Oh.
pakita mo ulit yung dati nating stars. Yung kay, ano ba na to? Oliver Fernandez. So, si Oliver Fernandez nagpadala ng 500 stars. Okay. Thank you very much, Oliver. Pero unusually absent siya ngayon, ha? And si Rafa 150 stars. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat, no? And of course, tonight, si Marian Galisa Paner sent us 100 stars. Salamat to. Meron na akong bibigay kay Snooki.
Miss Paner. No, this is for Miss Paner. Dito, Miss Paner. No?
Yes. Oh,
Ay,
yes. Oh, Miss
salamat
Paner.
po.
Yan, oh. Thank you, Ayan, nagpadala siya sa show ni Attorney Lira, no? Oo, ayan. 100 stars yan. So, congratulations. Thank you very much. Ayan, oh. Oliver, missing in action. We missed you. We miss you. No? So, ayan. Okay, well, I guess, I hope it's been a very wonderful night for everybody. Yung sinasabi mong yung ang tawag dito, yung insurmountable ano yan? Insurmountable obstacles na dinascuss mo. Yan, ayan. Lourdes, France siya ngayon. Wala siya sa Sweden, although from Gothenburg yan. Hindi pa ako napunta sa Gothenburg. It's the second biggest city in Sweden, no? After Stockholm. So mabuhay na sa Lourdes. Hindi pa ako napunta ng Lourdes. Did you know, mabanggit ko lang, attorney, nung araw, just sa Ryanair, you wouldn't believe it, but I was able to buy a pamasahe going to Lourdes. Ano lang yata, siguro less than £1.
No.
Nakabili ako ng ticket. Yeah, before, nung araw. Hindi lang ako natuloy. I was supposed to buy it. I bought it for my lola. Hindi lang nakarating dahil she was sick that time. So nakaprepare na yung mga Nagulat ako, nakabili ako ng tickets round trip, no? Siguro less than £2 yun. Oh, yeah, parang may sale sila nga eh. Sayang. I haven't been to Lourdes yet, but I intend to probably drive going there, no? So, ayan. Okay. I guess it's time for us to say goodbye, no? Attorney, baka meron ka pang baka nakalimutan. Naalala ko nga pala, hindi ko mention sa obstacles, no? Insurmountable obstacles or something else. You might have some shout outs, no? Or how to get in touch with you. Go right ahead, attorney.
Okay, so ito po. I hope you enjoyed our get together today. I certainly did, no? Now, if I've not dealt with your question or meron kayong follow up ito pong email ko, no? Kabatbat, yung pilido ko at douglas-simon.com. Telephone number po namin sa opisina 0203-375-0555. It's better though to contact me. Pero kung mag-email po kayo sa akin, can you just make sure dun sa subject laging immigration corner? Because I open my emails at all hours. So pagka sinarado ko na, I can't find the email anymore unless I remember the name, no? And I never ever do remember the name. So kung pwede po, lagyan nyo immigration corner. Now, yung pinag-uusapan po natin ngayon at saka past, no, topics I try and upload on sa website po namin. So yung website po namin, just yung www.douglas-simon.com. Go into that in the news section, doon po makikita nyo yung mga article ko and also as much as I can updates. And I certainly will deal with this insurmountable obstacle issue in an article, and I'll upload it. No, there are also some cases which I've not dealt with because of time. That's to do with insurmountable obstacles. A link case was only 2 weeks ago. A fairly recent case called Alam. Hindi po insurmountable obstacles, but it's quite linked to that if you're making an application on a spouse. So I will try and deal with that also. So it's only 2 weeks old. So I'll try to I'll try and keep you up to date. But anyway, so just to say salamat po uli for joining for joining us. It's always nga a pleasure for me. So I'm pleased that you spent the time nga with us. So thank you po. Ikaw na ang
To you,
marinig,
to us.
Sonny.
Ah, well, that's
Okay na.
time well spent. Yeah, I was saying time well spent. Yan, no? Because it's they got to learn something, no? Sa atin. Yeah, oo nga pala. Oh, thank you po, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sunny. Dahil may heart kang gano'n. Yan. Sabi ko gano'n, di ba, Attorney? Nagganyan ka sa kanya, sa atin,
Tama.
on air.
Opo.
Yeah. Okay. Well, kaya ako we want to thank you also. We love you. I love you, Attorney Lee. Oh, love you too. Love you. Well, thank you very much. 100, ilang stars ang pinadala niya. Ayan. 100 stars. Ano niya? Ayan. Marian, thank you very much. 100 stars ang pinadala ho ni tonight. No? Ito nagulat lang kami. We weren't asking. Hindi ko kami nangihingi talaga. No? It was just a surprise. Last Tuesday, during the Legal Advice Corner, we were surprised. May dumating kay Rafa. Ilang stars yung kay Rafa ulit? I-flash mo lang. So thank you. No? Rafa sent us, it started with this. Ayan, he sent us 150 stars. And then, followed by Oliver Fernandez with 500 stars. So, teka muna, something new yan. We never, alam mo naman, Attorney, we never even mentioned this before. We were just surprised that Facebook notified us and said, you have some stars. Okay. Well, why not? Oh, thank you, di ba? Nakakatuwa naman. So thank you, Mariana, for having the stars dito sa ating programa. Dito po sa Filipino TV Europe. Okay, well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Maraming salamat, Attorney. Yes, it's always a pleasure also, no? Sabi mo, it's our pleasure being here, being with them, no? And of course, it's also their pleasure, no? Na makasama tayo because it's two-way. We're imparting something important, no? Something beneficial to our viewers, and them, at least they spend the time with us, no? Nag-enjoy sila, nagre-relax sa gabi. Some probably are eating their dinner. Some are probably in bed. Diba? Yan ang advantage na yan. Mas saan kayo, no? You can watch us. Or you can even be traveling, no? Well, probably on your way back home, no? From work, no? Kung meron kayong work sa gabi. So, okay. Maraming salamat ho sa inyong mga kababayan, mga kaibigan. Saan mang bahagi ho kayo ng mundo, like we said, tuloy ho kayo, no? And yes, of course, this is primarily talking about immigration dito sa UK. Pero syempre, hindi naman namin kayo binabawalan if you want to watch. And if you have some friends, especially may mga questions sa Pilipinas, siguro si Ben Masling ba yun, Miss Lang, or na nasa Pilipinas siguro siya nagtatanong, okay lang yun, no? Yung nasa Cyprus, na nasa Malta, di ba? Si Paul na abroad, no? Because it might probably affect you in any way in future, or meron kayong mga relatives or friends who are in the same boat, ika nga. So, maraming salamat do. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much for making our Thursday a happy Thursday, di ba? Thirst for knowledge. So, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Ito po si Sonny LARAGAN nagsasabing thank you very much so sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay sa amin dito sa Immigration Corner. So, we'll do it again next Thursday. So, till then, take care, God bless, and good night. Ciao. Bye. Good night.